Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for the upcoming week of December 12th through December 18th. I can't believe that we're coming up to mid-December already. My name is Claire Candy Huff. My name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my #1 Amazon international best-selling book, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. And yes, that's me on the cover. Now, if you are already a subscriber, and it's lovely to be in your energies, welcome back. And if you are new for the first time, watching and listening for the first time, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Reiki master teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world, either in my beautiful office here in Santa Monica, California, or online. I'm also an intuitive counselor, a spiritual teacher, a channel, clairvoyant tarot card reader, and as I said, I'm the author of #1 Amazon best-selling books. If you'd like to find out more about my services and my award-winning books, maybe purchase them as a gift for someone this holiday season or as a gift for yourself, I do provide gift certificates as well. So that all of that information can be found on my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can always phone me at Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, and that's Pacific Standard Time. Now, over those last 19 years, I've received such beautiful testimonials, and like many, this one really touched my heart. This person wrote to me, "Dear Candy, I'm a long-time listener to your radio program, my Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio program, which airs every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time." And she said, "And I love the messages from the posse of angels. It never ceases to amaze me how each time I tune in, it's as if you and the posse have written the information just for me, as it's just what I need to hear. When I heard that you were also putting the channeled information on YouTube, I was excited to not only hear them, but to see you as well. And I wanted to share with you what recently happened. I was sitting and watching one of your YouTube videos, and my grandmother, who is blind and does not know who you are, was sitting close by me. Upon hearing your voice, she told me to turn up the volume on my computer, and she listened intently to your voice. It was halfway through the video when my blind grandmother said, 'Oh, I can see them. I can see the angels.' My grandmother said that they looked like tall beams of light, and she felt overwhelmed like she was going to cry, as her heart was so full of light and so full of joy. Now you have another devoted fan, as my grandmother keeps bugging me to let her know when she can listen to your next video so that she can see the angels again. Thank you for making both mine and my grandmother's life more heavenly." And that comes from Jay in Georgia. If you'd like to have the clarity within to be clear enough to see with your internal sight to connect with your angels, you can call me at Angel Healing House. And again, that number is 831-277-3716 Pacific Standard Time, or you can always go to angelhealinghouse.com. Now, before we go to any tarot or oracle cards for the general weekly reading, let's take a peek into the celestial heavens as we do each time to look what the planets are doing and how that planetary energy is affecting all of us on some level. Now, tomorrow we will experience the 12/12, December 12th, when we have a multidimensional celestial alignment that will open a portal of light that has been building for over 500 years. This light will intensify until the solstice on December 21st, preparing the way for the birth of the life-transforming new year of 2022. Now, the posse of angels, they're saying words like jubilation and celebration in 2022 like we have never experienced on this planet before. And it may not happen in the first week of January, but moment by moment as we progress through 2022, miracles, synchronicities, and magic are going to happen to transform this planet into a planet of justice, a planet of truth, and a planet of light. So from now until that solstice on December the 21st, we are very much in a time of deep, deep integration and feeling out our contribution in this newly forming, transforming planet of light, Mother Earth. Many can feel this light building on the planet, and the posse of angels in sharing, once again, that it is the light of truth, justice, equality, and peace for all. And they're adding liberation and freedom. Now, speaking about the posse of angels, ever since they suggested, it's more like they urged me to create my Angel Healing House radio program on Blog Talk Radio. This was 10 years ago on January of 2012. Since then, they have never failed to keep their promise since the very first day I went on air. And what was that promise that they gave me? Well, they gave me the message to never ever have any guests on my hour-long show. Having a guest on your program is much easier than coming up with content every week for an hour. I know I have callers on my Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio show, but maybe sometimes there would be no callers, and I would need to have content each week for that hour. So if I wasn't going to have any guests, they promised that they would give me channel topics that they wished to discuss. Yet, I must admit, they don't always give the topics in a straightforward manner, and some of the topics, like today's, are given to me in really strange, bizarre ways. You see, today's topic had to do all with my cell phone, as it decided to take on a life of its own and change ringtones. And on the morning when this occurred, I was having tea with a very dear friend of mine. While he was walking me back to my car, he stopped and said, "Oh no, you parked on a Monday side of the street. You probably got a ticket." As I left my friend and crossed the street, my phone suddenly rang, and I heard, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." And when I answered it, nobody was there. Now this was very strange, as at that time, my ringtone was the theme song for the TV show Bewitched, and not "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year" by Andy Williams. As I approached my car, sure enough, there was a gift of a red and white envelope, and it had a ticket inside, just waiting for me on the windshield. Isn't that nice? As I took the ticket off the windshield, my friend called out from across the street, "I'm so sorry that you got a ticket." In that moment, having been reminded that it's the most wonderful time of the year, without any hesitation, I said, "If I'm getting a ticket, it's a sign that the universe knows that I have the extra abundance to pay for it. And it's a sure sign that more money is on the way. What a wonderful blessing." And it was in that moment that my phone rang again, playing "It's the Most wonderful time of the year. And again, when I answered it, still no one was there. I was wondering why my phone had picked that song to change ringtones, and yet no one was there. When I heard laughter coming from the posse of angels, they piped up and shared with me that this is such a joyful song filled with such gratitude and appreciation that they wondered why it is only relegated to be played once a month out of every year. So I thought about this song and how we all have the free will as to how we choose to see and perceive our lives, which then leads to how we interact with people and situations and how we act towards ourselves. Well, the posse of angels is saying that my reaction as a result of receiving a parking ticket was not reflective of the majority of people on the planet. Most people would rant and rave. Some would even curse. They might even verbalize how all they ever have is bad luck, or how this will put a dent in their already evident lack of funds. So the posse of angels asked me, why? Why many people have similar reactions to these, and why I chose to see it as a wonderful occurrence. My choice of positive, happy energies in that moment had much to do with applying all the spiritual knowledge that I've remembered and practiced since I, Angel Ariel, incarnated through my walk-in experience on the earth plane 19 years ago. One of the most important spiritual laws is that everything happens for our highest good, and I do mean everything. There are no mistakes, and if something happened, then I contributed to bringing it forth in order for it to occur so that I can have the experience. In this way, I take full responsibility for every person, event, situation that has ever happened in my life. And by doing so, I then completely wipe the slate clean of blame, fault-finding, and being a victim. Also, by knowing deep in my heart that I am a child of God and that there's only that which I desire, I then choose to see everything as a blessing. Now, the posse of angels is reminding us that life is what it is. It's neither good nor bad, right or wrong. These are just perceptions. They are illusions. And in many cases, life is not broken, needing to be fixed. The difference in people's reactions to life stems not so much from what happens to them, but in their perception as to what happens to them. Two people can have the exact same experience, and one can choose to see it as a blessing, and the other can choose to see it as a tragedy. Taking the concept that it's the most wonderful time of the year and applying that in every minute of every single day is not something that happens overnight, because whatever programming, whatever belief systems and ways of thinking that have been ingrained within us happened over many, many years since childhood. Like any habitual pattern in our life, it takes diligence and focus to changing our perception of life from only being wonderful on certain days, on holidays, or celebrations, to always being a wonderful time, no matter what. By seeing the world through the eyes of the divine, I clearly recognize that Creator God's source and the angels, they're always protecting me, guiding me, and indicating how to step forward for the fulfillment of my dreams. Once one chooses to perceive all of life's experiences as precious, as a gift, then the level of peace, harmony, and balance becomes a constant in one's life. Choosing to perceive life as always being wonderful, it reminded me of when I was working part-time in a new age shop on the glorious Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. And on this particular day, it was spectacular, a spectacular spring day. I was rostered to work on this delicious sunny Sunday, and we lived on the coast. And as I drove in, I could see that the beaches were already filled with people enjoying the magnificent weather. With so many people taking advantage of the beautiful day, the mall and the shop was very quiet. So I decided to grab a paper towel and some cleaner and shine up the glass cabinets. As I was cleaning the glass, I was happily humming a little working song to myself, and I got lost in the task. Suddenly, I looked up, and there was a lady standing in the doorway, glaring at me with a very confused look on her face. She then marched over to me, grabbed me by the arm, and said, "What are you so gosh darned happy about when you're stuck inside here on such a glorious day?" I smiled at her and I excitedly said, "Well, ma'am, I'm so fortunate that I have a job. There are many people who do not have jobs. I have my health. I have people who love me. I have plenty of food to eat. I can see, hear. I have all my limbs. I've been gifted by countless blessings in my life." And while I was speaking, the woman was slowly tilting her head to the side like a confused dog trying to work something out, as she was having difficulty perceiving how I could be happy when I was working. Shaking her head, she said, "I just don't understand," and she left the shop. The posse of angels is saying that each and every one of us has the capacity to see the glass of life as half full instead of half empty. By putting our focus and all of our attention on our blessings that God Source Creator has gifted us with, then the gratitude and appreciation in our lives is experienced not only at holiday times, but in every moment. And by doing so, the most wonderful times of the year can be experienced at any time in which we choose. You've been listening to me, Claire Candy Hoff, here on Walk-In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom. Let's go to the cards and see what comes out. First deck is a Yogic Path. I love these cards. They're absolutely beautiful. And while I was shuffling the cards, what I was thinking to myself and came to me is that with this huge solar eclipse that we are still feeling the energies of, which happened on December 3rd or 4th, that is bringing the light of truth onto the planet. And it is building exponentially ever greater and greater. And with this, there are going to be a lot of revelations about people and companies and corporations who willingly pushed harm on people with different health choices. And it's going to be very difficult, even for those of us who are conscious, awakened, enlightened, to realize that knowingly that they would do this and cause such harm and adverse reactions, and in many cases deaths from their agenda. And this card that came out is called Ahimsa. Let me see this those beautiful two lions there. And that eye of wisdom, and opening our hands, opening our arms up. And Ahimsa is translated as nonviolence. Each and every one of us has been very observant for us to be enlightened about our thoughts and how they affect our actions, and how our actions then reflect the quality of our lives. Through actively changing our internal monologue, we are manifesting a heightened state of consciousness and a new paradigm. In my Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio shows, I've been speaking about the cities of light, which are just above the physical realm now. There is so much light to to bring them down into reality. And we will see those structures and systems coming into physical manifestation the more we go into 2022. And the posse of angels are saying, continue to fine tune your inner language to radiate joy, peace, and with these dark revelations coming out, most of all they're saying, compassion. Each time you feel the voice of judgment, negativity of any sort, come back through your internal dialogue and sing back to it words of ahimsa. Sing back to it words of compassion. This is particularly relevant now with more and more things coming into light. And just stay in that high vibrational energy of tolerance, patience, and forgiveness. When I find myself, which is not very often, but I find myself dipping into a little bit of that judgment, all I need to say is, there but for the grace of God go I. And that person is walking their spiritual journey as they see fit, as I would allow, as I would wish somebody to allow me to walk my journey and have my beliefs, my thoughts, and my opinions. I love the fact that there are lions on Ahimsa, on this Ahimsa card, because having the strength and the courage and the bravery not to be judgmental and to allow ourselves to have compassion is bravery indeed, especially in a world where we have been taught under a very, and programmed and manipulated under a very dark matrix to judge others, be in competition, put others down for their beliefs, when all we need is to have that compassion and to let others walk their journey as they see fit. And what that compassion does, every time we have compassion, it helps to seed more light on the planet, and more light grows on the planet each time we choose compassion over judgment. So I love that. Let's go to, I've got new cards. A beautiful friend of mine came to visit me from Italy, and she used these cards, and they're the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. And Lucy Cavendish is a great author, and she makes such beautiful cards. The energies of these cards are just so lovely. Well, the first card that came out in this deck was, and let me get these in the right order. Okay, the first card that came out was this one. Look at this card. Isn't that just lovely? The Secret of Camelot, the authority of spirit. And it says, you, that's right, you who are watching and listening to this, you are the mystic. You are the leader now. The ones who have spiritual perspective like to wish somebody compassion over judgment, and the mission to share the mysteries with others. Those who you speak with are the administrators, the bureaucrats, the ones with the power that is recognized by the world, but you have the power of the Spirit within you. And all you need to do is you need to take that pure spirit into the place that needs it most. So, if you're working in a place where most people are not connected, they're not awakened, or your family is like that, or if your family denies your gifts, you are the one who enters the world to hold up these gifts of truth. It's in your DNA. You've done this in other lifetimes before, and you're holding this shining sword of authenticity, the integrity that cuts through any governments or politics or any authority, the one that shares the gift of spirit even in the circumstances that don't seem to care anything about a title, or not even a title, about anybody calling themselves a light worker or enlightened or conscious. Take this spiritual authority, this lady who is the authority of spirit, or the Secret of Camelot. It can walk with you. As you move through those realms, you will know your work has meaning and your gifts have purpose. You are not here by happen chance. You hold an integral puzzle piece of this planet. And the more that you share it with others authentically, honestly, openly, and transparently, the more the light frequency is held for those cities of light to appear on the planet. And remember, the ripple effects of your actions and your words and your presence will be felt for many, many years to come. All you need to do is just step up. Actually, look in the background. In the clouds, you can see those cities of light. Ah, that's my home. That's where I, Angel Ariel, come from. The cities of light. And yes, I do miss it. I was asked the other day, what is the most difficult part, being an angel in human form? And I said, being this very tall shard of light, just like I read out, the blind grandmother saw the tall shards of light, that the angels as tall shards of light. And my hardest part is being this tall shard of light and being squished into this available 5'3" and 3/4 inch body. And I do struggle with this every single day, being squished. But I'm very blessed that Claire Candy acquiesced to 100% agreement walking out, which of course I write about in my book, I'm an Angelic Walk-In, and made this body available to me on January 11th, 2003, for me to walk in and help to be of service to humanity. Now, this is like a bit of a story here. First of all, we have the Secret of Camelot, which we just read about, the authority of spirit. What helps me a lot of the times is knowing that God be before me. When I say God, I say creator, source, universe, mother, father, all that is the creator is before me, beside me, behind me, goes with me, and my posse of angels. Now, everyone has their angels around them. The more that you can stand with withstand with the assurance of like an Archangel Michael's sword and his shield, you walk in with true authority, not to change anybody's opinion, but to be who you are with 100% authenticity. The next card that came out for us after The Secret of Camelot was this one. And this one was the number 35 card. It's number 8. And it's the pathway, direction, purpose, and change. This is but a moment of hesitation, of integration of all that has led us just to this place. And what I mentioned in my Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is that since early November till the 21st of December, till the solstice, we are in a 40-day trial and tribulation period, a trial period really, to integrate all that we've learned over the last 18 months. And it's a pause before we get to continue. Wherever you are at this stage, you must know that you are on the right path. Your soul knows what you're doing, and all of us must do is to, when we're presented with it, we will be shown what direction to move in. The most important thing with this is to trust. Trust at this time, because although the path may be obscure to you right now, they want you to realize that you've crossed a bridge and you are actually facing in the right direction. They are saying, keep going, dear ones. Keep going. We will guide your every step. We will place your feet on unseen pathways, and you will climb to the place where you can truly see in all directions. And that is the place of wisdom, which will be your destiny. You could say that my every step leads me in the direction of my soul's true calling. Now, with it showing us direction, that direction is our dharmic path. Our dharmic path is very different from our karmic path, um, because our dharmic path is our soul's highest purpose in serving in this life. And that's what many of us who are awakened and conscious will be stepping into in 2022 to do our part to contribute to creating these cities of light. And then the next card that came out is, I'm not surprised, it's Master number 33, and it's the gathering. Communities, kinship, friendships, these are our soul tribes, weaving and weaving how they can help us, how we can help them. It was always our strength on this planet to be unified. But those with the dark agenda knew how to control and manipulate us and have us fighting against each other. But our strongest attribute was coming together in unification from heart to heart. So you will not only stand together and reflect the shape of Gaia, but the shape of the temples of the stones, the nests of the birds, this huge circle of people coming together in kindness and in generosity and in the knowing that they are contributing to the betterment not only for themselves but the betterment of the planet. And and we will be presented ways in which to do this. Start thinking and visualizing you working as a community to weave relationships in which these people are supportive and kind and encouraging in every way possible, and we are to them as well. And this is the unification of the planet coming together. And I love that it's called the gathering of like-minded souls. So, a couple more cards came from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Lovely Colette Baron reads cards. And I wasn't surprised at all when this card came out because this is the co-creation card. Of course, we're going to be co-creating, giving rise to great success on this planet when we receive this message. Remember that all our ideas are channeled from higher source, and they will be revel in how much will be shown to us, how we're going to be co-creating not only with spirit, but with these people on the earth plane, these other enlightened heart-to-heart souls. It's a 40. Number 4 is a greater stability in our lives, a greater foundation, security, the things that make us feel like we're on a more stable foundation in our lives. And the people, there's been so many relationship breakups, my gosh, that had to be pulled asunder because they were not of the highest resonance for many. And then that's making room for those heart-to-heart relationships coming in. The next one is, I love this one, she's in a bathtub in the sea, and it's a number 7. I always say that number 7 is doing the work of the divine. With Jupiter's influence on the planet now, huge, huge influence. It's a wonderful time because things are going to start flowing in our lives when events and conditions seem to engage us in a way that are fluid and effortless. If you have to push something, if you have to force something, then it's either not the right timing or it never was meant to be. In the higher dimensional frequencies, there's only ease and grace. This card reminds us that going with the flow is exactly what we need to do right now, especially we still have time up until the solstice when it's that trial period that we're in to integrate all that we've learned Ride this wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust, again, that word trust and faith, to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the vast sea of life now. And I do love this card. It's an 11 card, another master number card. And it's the card of breathe. Just allow yourself to breathe. The posse of angels want you to know that you've worked so hard. Think about all you've cleansed and cleared, and how you work so hard to keep yourself in the present moment and balanced. And your dreams and your wishes are coming to fruition. You've even let go of the expectation and the attachment as to how that needs to come in. And maybe perhaps you want to hurry things along, but you are the slow one now. Just it's neither slow or fast. It's progressing right on time. And we just have to allow that. Slow and steady wins the race. You will indeed be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and it will be helped along the more we can just relax, stay the course, trust our intuitions, and just breathe. So lovely cards there. Let's go to our tarot cards and see what comes out. I hope everyone, let me see, knock, 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 general reading for this upcoming week. Posse of Angels for January. January. I'm already jumping timelines. Isn't that nice? No, I want to be here in present, because that's where all the miracles and the magic and the synchronicities happen. December 12th through December 18th. Stay present. No timeline jumpings. Okay, so general. I hope everyone is, especially in the northern hemisphere here, staying nice, warm, and cozy. I know this sounds ridiculous for other people who have tops of like 26 and 32 freezing degrees, but here in Los Angeles, California, where we have temperatures of usually 76 and 78, sometimes 80, that's our average daily temperature. The top today is like 55, 56 degrees. And it's cold here. It's cold here. Our blood is very thin. So I hope you're keeping nice and warm and cozy wherever you are. And I hope you're taking time out during the holiday season, whether you celebrate anything or not, is just to take time out for yourself, to give yourself that pat on the back for doing the best job that you can, the best job that you possibly can, and give yourself credit as we're coming to the end of this year for weathering what we have been through in the Great Awakening in the last 18 months. So one more shuffle here, and we'll see what comes out. 3 piles, 1, 2, 3, put them together. First card that's coming out for us is the 4 of Cups. And for those that are interested, these are my cards, the Angel Healing House tarot cards. No, they're not available. They were supposed to be printed before all of this happened overseas, but that got shut down. Divinely meant to be, held back for some reason. I don't even have to know the reason, but they will be coming out, hopefully in 2022 or 2023, for you to purchase them. So till then, I'll show you the pretty, beautiful designs on them. Now, the 4 of Cups comes out. This card is telling us what we thought. Now, you see this man, he is distressed because one of the cups is missing from his golden goblets, is missing from his treasure box, and he is just looking here at the loss. But the mermaid in the back is saying, I found it. I found it. And so this tells us that what we thought was lost could have been when all hope was lost, when they were forcing restrictions or health choices on us or all kinds of things. When all hope was lost, here comes the blessing, the blessings from God to bring more light and more truth and more justice to the planet. And that goes for each and every one of us. Again, the 4 is stability, security, foundation, very strong foundation of anything built on truth and justice. And the next card that is coming out for us is the Hermit. The Hermit card. A lot of people think the Hermit card is just about going in a cave and taking. It is about taking time out, but it's also that time out that we're in now. It's that 40-day trial period that we're in that is going to help us to shine a light. It's a 9 card, and a 9 card is saying you're almost there. You're almost there and you're completing, and the star says to us that that is the wishes coming true. And of course, we see the snake. That slithery snake by his feet is the sign of transformation. And big change coming in, shedding all of that old world, that old dark third dimensional matrix built on corruption, greed, and deceit, and bringing the light to the planet. That's what we're in now. The next card is the Ace of Wands. Many people are going to be experiencing a new beginning in our careers, all those visions that we had, all those ideas that we brought forth, because we felt in our hearts and our intuition to bring them forth. These will go someplace, and the people, the connections, all of those things will come to transform them into something so much greater. And then it will put our feet on this dharmic path as we make our way to those cities of light. There's the city of light. And off we go. We're off. We're not off to see the wizard, but we're off on our dharmic path. There we go. So many things will blossom for us now. And as I said, especially with Jupiter being so influential on the planet now. I think Jupiter's going to be in Capricorn. And Capricorn is the goat. I mean, it is this with the sun going into Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of getting things done. I mean, really getting things done, not just talking about it, but seeing the physical manifestation of it. Next card coming out for us is the Page of Pentacles. Now, what this time with Jupiter having this great influence in Capricorn is going to bring us messages around abundance, messages around money. I love that I designed this little dwarf here. Look at him. He's looking at that light coming in, that magical light. Maybe the dwarf is bringing in the magic. Who knows? But the pages are about messages coming in concerning communication coming in, and the Pentacles is all about our material goods and our abundance. What's next? Oh, we have more Pentacles. The Night of Pentacles. It's a progression. We go from the page, the messages come in, and then the night. And the nights are about action. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the tarot deck. And that means that this abundance is not going to be fleeting. It's going to set us up for a stable, secure, long-term financial security in our life. Very, very stable. Get it? Horse, stable, haha. The bossy angels are laughing. Okay, they're very punny. They have a great sense of humor. Next is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is about our soul family. Six of Cups is often about people from the past coming back. These are people coming back from our past incarnations to help us and support us and encourage us. Could be people from this incarnation as well, or different connections coming back in. And when they come back in, it's just so blissful. We remember them. It's a heart-to-heart connection, and it brings tears to our eyes. It's lovely. Lovely, these divine connections that are coming in to set our feet on our dharmic paths. This is the number, and more Pentacles. Wow, 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration with others. It's about taking our gifts and talents and being able to then translate them into financial gain. And it's a win-win situation because these people will prosper and will prosper, and that's the world that we are moving into, one of unity and one of equality, and everyone will benefit. Oh, and what a beautiful card to end with is the World card. The world, look at the light that is coming forth from Mother Earth. She's holding up a laurel wreath because the light has won on the planet. How beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful series of cards. Thank you, Posse of Angels, for them. I will end, as I do every week, with my lovely, I love this deck, Making Magic. Okay, Making Magic. Make sure during this holiday season that you open yourself up to experience the magic. The magic of life happens while we're making other plans. And it can come in so many different ways. You know, maybe the magic comes in an opportunity where you're able to give of your services free of charge, just from the goodness of your heart. Maybe it's a contribution that you're making, and it doesn't have to be money. So many people equate things just with money. Give of yourself. The greatest gift we can give is in the giving. The gift is in the giving. If we receive anything back, it's a bonus. But we feel so good when we are giving of our time, of our money. Now, you don't do it at the exclusion of, your own energies. You make sure your cup is full, your vessel is full, so that you can give to others. But find ways to find the magic during this holiday season. Just ask for it, and then be open and release all expectation and attachment as to how it needs to come in. Bing! Something just came in. Bing! Thank you for that confirmation. Come on, Posse of Angels, make one jump. Oh, yeah, okay, that jumped. Okay. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. I wonder what that one's all about. All I can hear is the song from South Pacific. Some enchanted evening, you will meet a stranger. So I'm not sure what that's about. We have one enchanted evening. And then this one is strong protective magic for the family and the home. Our greatest protection is knowing that we are children of God and that we are looked over by the angels and God's presence in every single moment. And the more that we trust and have faith in that, the more that it comes true. Okay, one more. I'm still pondering about that one enchanted evening. Maybe some of us will be invited out over the holiday season to something that we're not expecting. Suddenly we'll get an invitation. We might not think we're going anywhere over the holidays, and then, wham, something comes in. Why am I getting shivers all over, Posse of Angels? I wonder why. Maybe that's on the cards for some of us. Maybe that's on the cards for me. Just open yourself up. Come on, they don't want to be a little bit stubborn. Come on, okay. This one is the motivation to keep going despite the odds, perseverance. So just like we read in the cards before, it's just keep going during this trial period and knowing where we're headed is to step on our dharmic paths so that we will be contributing to creating those new structures and those new systems of light that are building the cities of light on our planet. Everyone, go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you, as always, love and angel blessings. If you're interested in any of my services, please do visit my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. You can always call me on 277 3716. And I hope to hear from you calling in to my Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio show on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I give and have given for the last 10 years every week free mini angel readings. And I look forward to speaking with you again. Take care, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.